Hey everyone, I'm the Anonymous Investor. Welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to be going over all of the plays I did for the previous week. So for the most part they were successful. I say for the most part because during the middle of the week I got into some more plays and we will talk about those. But let's start off with all of the puts and calls that I sold, specifically with Tesla, and then there's one for JUMIA. So these all expired today. The first one I bought was the Tesla 900 call. I got paid $650 for that one. I bought a Tesla 940 call. I got paid $580 for that. And then I got a Tesla 780 put. I sold a Tesla 780 put and I got paid $410 for that. So all of that was in the video from last week. I will link it in the description below. What I did during the middle of the week on February 10th is I bought a 715 Tesla put. And the reason I sold this was because Tesla actually dropped to like $800. This was the day after it was announced they bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin dropped, and then Tesla dropped. And so I'm like, I went ahead and maxed out my margin. I'm like, no way, Tesla will drop to 715. So I took advantage of that. So I got an extra $325. So as you can see, Tesla never dropped below. If I scroll up, they all expired. So I didn't have to pay anything. I didn't have to sell any Tesla shares. So that was awesome. That was a success. I really wish I would have maybe done a higher put sell, like instead of 715 I should have just done another 780, because I could have made a lot of money, a lot more money than I did. But that's okay. I want to maintain some degree of safety. Like, there was the possibility that Tesla drops below 780 and then I would have to be forced to buy 100 shares at 780 a piece, so $78,000. That's too much. So I'm glad that everything worked out the way it did. The other one I have is for JUMIA. Oh, and before we move on to JUMIA, so Tesla right now is currently trading at $817. This is, by the way, the history of Tesla. As you can see, it was at $870, and then it dropped to a low of $789. Ooh, scary stuff. That was on February 12th. But on February 10th, when I bought the other, or when I sold the other puts, it was around here. It was at $809. So that's why I went like $100 lower. So that's Tesla. Depending on where Tesla opens on Monday, I am most likely going to I'm most likely going to sell a, let's see, February 19th. I like to sell calls. I like to sell 1 or 2 calls for Tesla, and then I like to sell a put. So I'm assuming, I really can't know. This is why, who knows what's going to happen on the weekend. You know, Elon's been going to, what is it, Playhouse? So who knows what crazy stuff he'll say. He was recently on the Joe Rogan. He didn't say anything crazy. The stock price wasn't really affected. But $900 calls normally what I like to sell. Right now it's $253. That's very little. I think Tesla's probably going to recover, but again, we don't really know. Once again, the highest Tesla's ever been has been like 905, so I'm pretty confident selling a $900 call option, but we'll see what happens next week on Monday. Again, I do not buy. I'm sticking with my rule. I don't do an options play on Friday because who knows what can happen over the weekend. All right, so the JUMIA play I had for this week was the JUMIA $55 puts. So as you can see, I got paid $315 for that, and once again, I made all the $315. I also currently have a put for, here, let me scroll. I currently have a put for the 26th, so 2 weeks from now, and I got paid $668 for that one. No, that's its current value. I got paid $615 for that one. So the only way I would be forced to buy JUMIA at $60 a share is if by February 26th it's below $62. Right now JUMIA is at $62.45. But my break even for that one, I think it's like $55. Yeah, $55.85. So JUMIA would have to drop, let's see, in the past week, the lowest it's been 61. Let's go in the past month. 55. When was it $55? It was $55 around here on January 25th. Yeah, I don't really see that happening. Let's go to the past week. I see it like, I see it being like 58 and above, 57. Actually, I should probably check that in the past 2 weeks. Maybe that is like a resistance level. So we'll have to see what I end up doing with JUMIA. I might end up selling if I'm ever at a positive. There's an $11,600 cash collateral for that. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that JUMIA, but at least I made my initial $315. So in the week with these 5 options I did, I made $2,280, which is quite a significant amount. Now, the thing that happened was that the cannabis stocks were going insane. They were going crazy. So that leads us to this cannabis stock, Tilray. If you look at the past week, well, actually, we'll go to the past month. This was Tilray. We'll go back to the past week. So Tilray increased all the way to $62. And when I saw this, I immediately sold some puts. And I figured this would be the resistance level. I figured there is no way it is going to break $41. So I sold some puts for $44, $41, where the break-even price was like $39, and I thought I was pretty good. But to my surprise, it actually ended up going lower and lower and lower up to this territory over here. So if we look at the price right now, it is at $29.60. Ouch. So here is my history. On February 11th, I did this on Thursday. I thought I could make a quick buck. I sold a $43 put, a $41 put, and I got $300 and $365. And then for the $33 and the $30 put, I got $350 and $205. So yes, I got that money, but unfortunately they all executed because the stock ended up below $30. So they all got assigned, all those puts got assigned, and so I was forced to buy 100 shares at $30 a piece, 100 shares at $33 a piece, 100 shares at $41, and 100 shares at $43. So I had to pay $3,000, $3,300, $4,100, and $4,300. Yeah. So here, let's go back. And so I am now the proud owner of 400 Tilray shares, but unfortunately my average cost was $36.75, and it is currently trading at $29.75. So I am losing a whopping $2,800. But you know what? I did get paid some amount of money on premium, right? So it's actually more like $1,000 something. My plan for Monday is that I am going to trade options. I am going to most likely sell calls, and I'm going to sell a call at like the $36 strike price, which is like quote unquote my average cost, maybe $35. And the way I see it, the premium I collect, watch, because I'm going to sell all 400 shares, the premium I collect, the 752, plus once it sells, assuming the stock goes back up, and I do think cannabis has not had its last run. I do think they're going to run up again. I think I'll be able to remake that, so I'm not too worried. I've even considered doing a really, like 2022, 2023, a really long expiration date, because those pay a lot better. So even like a $30 call, look, if I was to sell 4 of them, someone would pay me $5,300 for the right to buy Tilray at $30 a call, and even if it was to sell, again, I have 400 shares, so 400 times 30, like I could make my money back, no problem. So I'm not too worried. If anything, this gives me a chance to try something else and to learn from this and see if it works. So right now I am down like $1,000 on this play, but again, next week is the next week. It's a new week. We'll see what happens with it. So I'm actually pretty excited that it got executed and I got assigned, and I've been doing the math, and I'm like, ooh, how can I recoup my money? What can I do? I've even thought about, like, if I go to February 19th, and even one of these low ones over here, you know, we'll take like a $10 call. Even these are like $2,000 a pop. So if I sell all 4, check this out, that's almost $8,000. And then I have 400 shares. 400 shares at $10, that's $4,000. That's $11,000. So I'm like, ooh, I can remake my money easily enough. So I'm not too upset. We'll see what happens. We'll see where the price ends up. Again, over the weekend, pre-market hours on Monday, or I don't even know if Monday's open since it's a holiday. Maybe Tuesday. So I'm actually excited. So even though this happened, I'm excited. Overall, I made $2,280 with my put options and my call options on Tesla and JUMIA. And then we have this situation with Tilray, which I am looking forward to next week. I'm going to spend the whole weekend trying to do different call options and put options and see, like, how can I make my money back? So I'm actually really excited. So I want to be transparent with you guys. This is what happened over this week. Once again, I hope this video was informative. I hope it was helpful. I hope this is really interesting to people. And as I've been saying, we are going to start making videos going over the basics and the introduction to investing in the stock market, because before you get into these option plays and puts and strikes and calls and everything, you should want to know basic investing, how to buy a company and all that. And I will be making videos. I think starting next week, I'm going to start doing that. So if you enjoyed this kind of content, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. With that being said, as I always say, never stop learning.